CrossFit Lakeway. This is going to be warm-up part 1 of 2 parts, so a little different than what we've been doing. So you can still go out and do your 5 minutes of moving, whether you're fast walking, you're running, you're biking, or you're rowing, but I have another option for you. So what you can do is you're going to do 6 rounds of 20 seconds per exercise, and there's no transition time. Just remember, this is a warm-up, so I just need you to move so you can get your heart rate up and start sweating. So don't think you need to do this for reps. So 20 seconds, you're going to do jumping jacks. Hands up overhead, and then clapping behind on your way down. So 20 seconds, then you can go right into 20 seconds of high knees, and then you're going to go 20 seconds into flutter kicks. So hands at a 45, make sure the lower back stays down on the ground. Nice small kicks, point your toes. Alright, that's it for part 1. Alright, here we go. So here's part 2 of the warm-up. You have 3 rounds. The first thing you're going to do is a lunge and twist. So go ahead and start in an athletic stance. So put your feet outside the shoulders and toes forward. Slight bend in the knees, hips back, chest up. So from here, you need to step to the outside of your shoulders. So nice wide lunge. Drop the knee down, keep it just off the ground. You're going to open up like you're hugging the world. Keep that hug. Twist right, twist left, and then come on back. One last thing to point out on this lunge is when you lunge, you need 90 degrees on this back angle here. That way you can actually use that leg if you need to drive out of that lunge. All right, so you have 6 of those, but then you're going to do 6 jumping lunges. So start in the lunge position, put that opposite arm up, and then from here, I'm jumping up. And my goal is to land in that nice wide lunge. Oh, I'm roboting. There we go. All right, so you have 6 of those. On both of those, count every single one. The next thing you're gonna do, all right, it's written complicated, but it's fairly simple. So you're gonna go ahead and do a push-up. So you're gonna do a push-up and push yourself into a down dog. I want you to hold here for a few seconds. And then I want you to do a push-up to the top of your head, back up, here, push up, down dog, push to the top of your head, come back. You're gonna do 3 total of those. So it'll be a total of 3 push-ups, and then 3 of the dive bomber push-ups. Many of you have done them with me before, warming you up for handstands, but warming up for something else this time. And then lastly, you have an Ironman. So on your stomach, palms down at the ground, hands at the side, arch on up, squeeze the shoulder blades, squeeze the glutes, come back down. That's your warm-up. Have a good one. All right, so here is your strength for today. You have 4 rounds, and they're gonna be supersets. So what that means is you'll do exercise A, and immediately after, with no rest, you'll do exercise B. So the first thing you have is an overhead walking lunge. So grab something to take up overhead, lock out those arms, and you're lunging with that nice wide lunge. Remember to not slam your knees down. You can give it a love tap. Otherwise, you're allowed to leave it just hovering off the ground. So you have 24 there. Count every single one. And then after that, you're gonna go into max jumping lunges. So this one's supposed to be dumbbells. You would hold them at your side like so and jump. I have a kettlebell, so I'm gonna hold it in the front rack. And I'm jumping lunges as high as I can in between every single one. A few things to note. You should be leaving the ground by using both legs. So don't lean forward onto that front leg to help drive you into the air. So both legs should be driving you up to the sky. Obviously, I want you to land in this nice wide lunge stance. But the other thing is, because you're jumping and you're landing, don't allow yourself to slam your knee down to the ground, all right? Okay, 4 rounds of that. 24 dumbbell overhead walking lunges, and then max dumbbell jumping lunge. If you don't have any weight at all for the jumping lunges, or you don't want to use it, don't. Just do regular jumping lunges. All right, CrossFit Lakeway, this is going to be your WOD for the day. So you have 6 rounds to complete for time. You're going to do 10 burpees, 20 Renegade rows. You have 14 half of the Turkish get-up, which we've done before, but I'll demo again, and then max hollow rocks. So that first thing you have are 10 burpees. So everyone knows, come down, hit the chest, do the worm. do the worm. So press up like a cobra and then push your hips back and hop your feet forward. When you come up, you should jump because I want the shoulders to stack over the hips. All right, so again, you come down, do not do a push-up, do the worm, pop up, get those shoulders over the hips by doing a little jump. So you've got 10 burpees there. The next thing you have is Renegade row. So I don't have dumbbells, but this would be your position. You'd be in the push-up position. You need to make sure you have a wide base with those feet so you can stabilize for the pull. From here, pull them back. My hand comes to mid-torso and then back down. I want to minimize any kind of pulling with the shoulders. So keep the shoulders squared, pull straight back like you're elbowing someone behind you. You have you've got 20 total, so 10 per arm. Now, the 14 is for the half of the Turkish get up, so 7 per side. So remember, whatever side you have the weight, oh, I have it right here. The side that has the weight, that knee is pointed towards the sky. Both of the other ones are at a 45. So I'm gonna go ahead and crunch on up to my elbow, up to my hand, and then from here, lifting my hips up, and then back down. Couple of things to note is you wanna make sure you keep your eyes on the prize at all times. So always looking up. Again, crunch the elbow up to the hand, lift up the hips as high as you can, and then come back down. If you don't have weight, you should still do this movement. You should do the movement nice and controlled. Make sure that you're not trying to swing yourself up like this with your hands when you're doing it. So use it all in the abs to come up, and then make sure you stay nice and tight so you don't just flop back down. And then you have hollow rocks. So here you are. You start in the hollow hold position, and then you rock to get your shoulders up, hips up. Your lower back should be flat on the ground. So it should be a nice and easy roll. If you feel like you're slamming down, it's kind of blocky, I need you to go to the progression series. So hands at your side, heels at your butts. You're gonna crunch up like you're trying to touch your toes. So your shoulders come up, lift up your feet, and then you're here. Alternating, maybe even going 2 up for a bit, and then coming back in so long as you can keep your lower back on the ground. Now this was supposed to be max hollow rock. If you're gonna do the progression series, just set a timer for 30 seconds and get after it, all right? Option for the Renegade row, going back, almost forgot. So I don't have dumbbells, so I can't do the Renegade row, but I have this dumbbell, or not dumbbell, the kettlebell. So I'm gonna do a bent over row. So get in your deadlifting stance, and then from here, I'm rowing just like I would on a Renegade row, or alternatively, I have bands. So I can do that same bent over row, except with bands. On either of these options, you have to make sure you're tight. You're tight through the midsection. That way you're not putting any tension in the lower back. All right, have a good workout.